What's up, guys? Coach Gibbs from Pyper here. I'm going to break down some of my motion offense from this past AAU season. I coached WCBA. We were a 17U basketball team. We ran a 5-out motion offense that was pretty unique. We were able to exploit some mismatches and take advantage of being a smaller team overall. The first thing that I always start off with any offense is spacing. Teaching the basic concepts of this is pretty easy. I would just put 5 X's on the floor and be able to say, hey, this is where we space out whenever there's an opportunity. The rule was when in doubt, space out, or when in doubt, spread out, whatever you prefer. But it was really easy to teach that because it was basically make a pass, cut to the basket, fill the open spot, make the right play, and keep it simple and allow the kids to have some creativity in that. With our 5-out spacing, the only real rule I had was get to the spot. Figure out where you're going to go and get there, and don't get in the way of a teammate. Because basically if you're in the way of somebody else, that can take a driving lane or scoring advantage away from them. And by spreading the defense out, our tallest player was 6'3", so we were able to take advantage of a different team having a 6'10", or a 6'8", or a 6'6", or a bigger guy who didn't necessarily want to guard the perimeter, and be able to have that space and allow those driving lanes. And AAU defense in general was pretty lazy anyways, so it just gave us more opportunities to score off driving kick and open threes and create easier scoring chances. The rules for my 5-out offense in AAU were pretty loose. I had one really good player, and I was able to be a really good scorer both on and off the ball. Then I had everybody else was really good basketball players, some with some high IQ, a couple good drivers, and some, even the players who weren't good shooters, I really didn't put a lot of restrictions on them. I wanted to kind of let the players make decisions and play within the offense and kind of just go and dictate their own tempo and flow. And so basically what it was when in doubt, spread out, when in doubt, space out. We run spread pick and roll, and we'll talk about some of those concepts that we used in a different video, and taught them kind of how to play in that 5-out, driving kick drills, really focus on making the extra pass and finding an open teammate. If you drive and somebody else is in front of you, you kick it. It's pretty simple. You find who is open after that, and then we just collapse the defense from there. One of the things that I really tried to strive for at a drive was, if you're driving, you're looking to score first. I learned that from Villanova and Jay Wright. If you go to score first and you're stopped, then you can make a pass. If you go looking into pass and you're stopped, well, you're kind of stopped and the defense has the advantage. So what we would do is drive, score first, and it was a little bit tough early on trying to get them to have the right mindset of score, but also recognize when the scoring opportunity isn't there and don't force it, and then being able to recognize where the help comes from, find an open shooter. And even bad shooters, I encourage to shoot threes, because that would just open up space more. And AAU defenses aren't smart enough to recognize who is and who isn't a good shooter. So you're able to make an easy pump fake and drive past them no matter what. So that was kind of the basic rules that I provided. And then along the way, it kind of adapted. We had a couple players, if they wanted to go down on the post, every now and then I was okay with it. Allow them to have some freedom and be able to play out the post and collapse the defense that way too. I wasn't big on the post game with this group just because we really never had the advantage in size. So kind of slowing down and allowing the defense to kind of sit and play defense on the post wasn't really my preference. But at times it did work. It did collapse the defense, got some open kick threes and a couple scores off of it too in every game. And if we get a switch or we get a mismatch, sure, we'll drop in the post, but it wasn't anything I emphasized, it wasn't really anything I talked about, and I really allocate a lot of my time to focusing on the basic elements of the offense: passing, screening, shooting, driving kick, and what we're looking for in our offensive opportunities. We really started everything off early in the offense. If a team scored, if we off a miss, off a free throw, whatever it was, we wanted to get the ball out of the net, up the floor as soon as possible. So as soon as the ball goes in the basket, the guards had free reign to sprint down the court. Player inbounds, didn't matter which one. We had a couple different guys that had the ability to inbound the ball and get it and go. One of the advantages of playing with a smaller team as well was you're able to have the bigger guys, or the 6'3" guys, be able to take the ball off a rebound or off a miss or a make and be able to handle it themselves. So we'd be able to have our 5-man and bring the ball up the floor. They may not be the best ball handler, but be able to put early pressure on the defense. You'll have some turnovers, and you'll not take care of the ball as much as some other teams would, but you'll be able to create easier scoring opportunities and kind of take advantage of that early offense and that early sequence. One of the things in teaching that I tried to use was what I called bombs away, and basically it was just a sheet of paper that I gave to every player, and kind of had some guidelines for shooting, and gave some interesting stats that were really important to me, and how we wanted to score. And I'll show that up here so that way we can see that, and everybody kind of gets a feel for that. But basically, the main ways we wanted to score was off of dribble penetration, pick and roll, and basically coming off pick and roll, kick, catch and shoot, making the extra pass, or off an offensive rebound. What we actually did a lot later in the year for offensive rebounding was tip outs, tap outs, and that's something that I heard the Houston Rockets were employing. As a smaller team, we had some pretty good athletes for a small team, so what we would do is we would tap the ball out instead of fighting for a rebound or boxing out, and really spending a lot of time practicing boxing out. I was able to use more practice time on different techniques than just tipping the ball out, and it actually was pretty effective for us down late. Won us a couple games, and was great to have. And then I just talk about the difference between assisted and unassisted shots in the NBA. When it was assisted, they made almost half. When it wasn't, it was about 38%. Just trying to show the kids that, hey, if it's an assisted opportunity, it's going to be a better scoring chance for us. It's what the Warriors make a living off of, and try to let them know, hey, if you're a good teammate, you'll find success if you play the right way. Just some points per possession that are important. For free throws, it's about 1.5. Open layups is about 1.3. Threes are about 1.06, and then everything else is pretty much under 1. So we wouldn't really try to focus on that as much. Although if they have an open mid-range shot, I definitely encourage them to take it. But we were looking more for threes and layups, kind of the Houston Rockets style, because that was our advantage in most games. If I had a good 6'8" post player, we're posting him up, we're trying to play out of him on the post, and instead of getting that paint touch through drives, we're getting that paint touch through posting him up. But for our team, our skill set was driving, take advantage of that space, and try to take advantage of some bigger, slower defenders. All right, thanks guys for checking out my 5-out motion offense video. If you got any questions, let me know. There's a PDF link in the description below. And if you got any questions, hit me up on Twitter at @HalfCourtHoops.